I did. I mean, for me, it was always the obvious choice, because I think when you are young, if you're good at something and people say that's really good, you were really good, then you kind of go, ooh, I was good. He said I was good, or she said I was good, or you hear the applause. And as a 10-year-old child, when I was doing that at school, getting praise for things, actually think that's what I became kind of addicted to. So I was kind of addicted to performing because I liked getting the praise. So for me, it was always an obvious choice. There's been other things throughout my life that have always interested me, marine biology and archaeology and design and the arts and things. So there's been lots of things that have been different options, but for me, the obvious thing, my absolute passion was always performing, yeah. It's such a difficult question, especially when you're a singer and a performer. So many people have influenced me and taught me. I remember being 10, 11 years old and singing along to Elton John and George Michael, discovering Celine Dion and Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, all these big vocalists. That was always something that really got everything going. I used to sing in the mirror to all these songs, and I actually think that's kind of how I learned how to sing, because I was making the same sound. I was singing along to Elton John and then George Michael and singing really high, and singing along to Whitney Houston and finding style and nuances and stuff. So for me, all the big vocalists really inspired me, but I remember most of anything getting a cassette tape from my auntie, which was Andrew Lloyd Webber music, and listening every night in my Walkman then, because it was the 1980s, and just being addicted to this music. And that's what really got my passion for musicals. The songs mean so much more when they're acted and sung with complete passion, and the storytelling is so amazing. It's not just a pop song. So for me, Andrew Lloyd Webber, who now, he's a friend and now I've worked with him many times, is probably one of my main influences, yeah. I think life would not be life if there weren't moments where you felt like throwing it in and giving up. Absolutely. As soon as the pressure gets too much, as soon as nothing is happening, as soon as hard things happen in your life, you kind of think, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. As soon as someone or something or a bad review, or it can be anything that makes you feel bad. In any profession, I'm not just talking about singing, anything can give you a hard day where you feel like you don't want to do that anymore. Even if you make a mistake and you get in trouble from your boss, or anything can sort of set that ball rolling in you. And I think you've always got to know that actually, if you've picked the path that you should be on, actually nothing's going to take you off it. I was about to give up right before the Jesus Christ Superstar TV show, because I kind of felt like I wanted a new challenge in my life. My career had been great for 12 years, but I hadn't had the moment that I wanted to have, and it felt impossible. And actually, I remember saying to a few friends that I was going to try and go into property and see if that could work, really. And then I seen the advert for Jesus Christ Superstar, the TV show, and I was like, maybe that's my one last thing. And then I won it. So, if you're meant to be on the right path, you will be. As an actor, we always get no's. For everything that you see me in, every one production, there's been 100 productions where I've auditioned or been in the lineup or been thought for. So it's a hard thing. Sometimes it's like you do like 9 auditions, you've met all the producers, all the directors, the musical director, and then they say, actually, his hair's not the right colour. And it's like, well, it was the same colour at the beginning of the 9 shows. And it can be sometimes the littlest, smallest thing like that. What you have to learn with a no is that it's not always because you're the most versatile, brilliant performer and you could know. I know inside my heart, if if someone asks me to do anything, I'll make a good job of it. I will try my best, I will do the best. But they don't know that, and it's not. It's very hard in 30 seconds in a job interview or an audition to sort of get that across. And you know, yes, absolutely, I've had nulls, and you've just got to learn to get on with it. To lose my inhibition, to lose my self-conscious, my awareness of my body, of the way I look, how big my nose is, my lisp, all these little things though that worry you when you're a teenager and a child, and actually it's not until you get to a certain age where you go, actually those are the best bits. That's literally what makes me the person that I am. And I think when you learn to lose that, and you can just be yourself, really be you, then you can win. I think people are attracted, and I'm not talking about, you know, sexual attraction. I'm talking about when you meet someone for the first time, or you're talking to someone in an audition or an interview, or in any part of life. If you meet someone in a bar that's going to become a friend, people are attracted to people that know who they are, and self-confidence and belief. And I think really embracing what you were given and going with what you have, I think that's what I would tell people, and that's definitely what I would tell myself. Oh God, I mean, there's so many people. I mean, I think I would say bravo to anyone that got up, did something positive, made their bed, had a really productive day, and went home and got back in that nicely made bed, because I think that's the key. I think if you can just carry on, always trying to strive, always trying to achieve something, always make your bed in the morning, so if it goes terrible your day in the between, you've got a nice bed to get into at night. That's what I always say, and I think that's kind of the key. Life is about being at home. It's about having a safe place, having a nice place, and enduring the hours when you can achieve stuff. Go out, talk to people, meet people, be what you want to be. As soon as you come home and you've got that nice space again, bravo, you're winning at life. I think if you've just listened to my interview, you probably sort of get what the way that I've lived my life, and not saying that you should live your life the way I have. We all have our different paths, but I think that if you can really trust you and really be yourself in any environment, if you love yourself and you can be you, people will also love you back. And I think that's half of the key to being an amazing, successful, nice, kind person. I think when you give out to life, you get it back 10 times.
The power of the music of the night. Song take flight. Help me make the music of the